Hey everyone. Altair has recently released the new version of the 2025.1 version of Altair Inspire, and in this video I want to show you some of the new features. Now there's a lot of new features when it comes to the structures and rendering sections, but for this video I'm going to focus on the enhancements to the motion ribbon and the new features in the CFD and fluids section. Let's start with the motion side. So you can see here in my model, it's a typical gear setup, so obviously has some motion built into it. Now the Inspire ribbon has always been really simple and easy to understand, which is one of the reasons why I really like it. Now with this new release, you can see I have these user profiles, and basically what these do is they change the different options based on the type of profile that you're using. So the designer profile has more options to define connections within the mechanism, whereas the analyst profile is more about the setup and the running of the motion analysis. Coming from the CAD world, I've always appreciated just how powerful the motion options are in Inspire, and these changes are just adding to that power and, more importantly, the ease of use of the tool for everybody that's using it. Okay, so to show you the new features in the fluid section, I'm going to use this model that's completely made up, but I have a chamber here with a lattice shape in the middle, and my plan is to set it up to just have a fluid flow through the chamber and out of these vents here at the end. So I'll start with creating my bounding solid, and for this it's going to be the chamber, and then from there I can take and find my embedded solid, which is going to be the lattice shape here. After that I'll create my fluid domain, and you can see all the different options of the kind of fluid I want to do. I'm going to keep it simple and just choose air. And now that I have my basic setup, I can start showing you some of the new features. The first couple I want to show you have to do with the inlet conditions. So you can see when I choose my inlet phase, I now have the option from the drop down to choose a fan. Now that gives me a PQ curve, and all of this can be edited based on whatever your parameters are. Then once I set my velocity, you'll see I have this checkbox now that says add material. So if I haven't defined the material for the fluid in the past, I could do that right from within this dialog menu now too. So again, the goal of this is just to make your life a little bit easier when it comes to the setup. So now I'm just going to add my outlets as these vents, and now I'm ready to run my simulation. From the fluids menu, I've always had the ability to modify the parameters in my study, but a new thing with this release is that I can now get real-time visualizations, so I can actually see the CFD visualizations as the simulation is still running. So if I hit that checkbox, that's all I need, that I can hit run. So let me hide this chamber so we can see it a little bit better too. We've always had the ability to see the convergent plots as the study is running, but now you can see I can actually see visualizations as it's running. Okay, so now that it's done running, I can see the completed results. I can have my streamlines, which is a pretty typical visualization for a CFD analysis. Inspire has always made it really easy to modify these visualizations too. It just gives you this little menu, and you can make all the different modifications to really get that animation the way you want it to be. Now, one new visualization you can get now is a particle visualization, just with this icon down here. I still have all the same parameters I can modify when it comes to the menu and the visualization. So this could be useful for when you need to pay attention to the flow history or when it's a highly turbulent situation. Okay, so lastly, there are a few new result types depending on the type of fluid you choose for your study. You can see when I can visualize the gauge pressure, velocity, and now I can do turbulent velocity. Then if I had set this up as a thermal study, I'd see the options for temperature and heat flux and heat transfer coefficient as well. So I love highlighting these things because it really does show how Inspire is getting to be a very powerful tool. There are a lot more enhancements than the ones I just showed you here, and I'll put those in the notes of the video. If you have any other questions or you want to talk about it, go to www.trueinsight.io. Thanks.